Referee McBride says there's 40 minutes left in the Metro season. Hawkins Rugby at its best here at the park. 13-0 lead Brighton will take in to the second 40. And they've played very well. They deserve the lead and they deserve the 13 points. To be fair, Fletcher Smith missed four high school old boys. But more enterprise has been shown by the Seasiders. Long time between drinks, and they'll know they're 40 minutes away from Glory 2013. And they're playing with the purpose they started the first half with too. Good phases there. Just taking the ball up, nothing fancy. Good strong break there. Recycled the ball nicely. Down the chain they go. They give it to the big hitters. They played well, Miafau, Mulapolo in the centres for Brighton. Just a little stab kick over the top from Mitchell Ellis, and he allows it to bounce, and it's been knocked on surely. Referee says no play on, but it'll come to Brighton anyway, so good fortune favours the brave. And nicely into pass there between the two men, and that's number 11, Salavi takes it up. Now they come across. Davidson looks to pass it, misses out the boy he was looking for, I think, there in Mulapolo, but he does well enough with Ben Murphy taking it up. Ellis with it. Just the crash ball this time. Nothing flash. Ellis, they don't want to go to their shell though, Brighton. They've got to keep playing the football.
They've got to control the ball, Peter. I think coaches Steve Ellis and Scott Pawson half-time will say, it's all about ball control. We've got to keep it in our hands and we control the game.
And the more you deny old boys, the more frustrated they will become. And a nice charge through there by number 6. He's done well, Sean Creek.
Already advantage.
Nicely up, advantage being played here too, and that's the 22-metre mark of old boys that they're at. McCoy, wide ball. Trying to beat the winger. Gets through. Scragged by Gee. Steve Gee did well to pull down the big fella. Now it goes to Alcock, Fraser Alcock. And referee will come back for the advantage he was playing. And this will be a useful kick here to open the second half for New Brighton. Further adding to the frustration of high school old boys. They have just not been in the game.
Well, they haven't been allowed to get in the game, Peter. As I say, they've controlled the ball well, Brighton. And as I say, that was just another example. They want to hold on to the ball for long periods of time to frustrate old boys even more.
It's a very difficult game to play without the ball. And old boys are finding that right now. They have another injury down as well. And I think that might be Duke Lowe.
No, I think that's Sean Cotter, Pete.
Is that?
Yep.
That's a bearded boy.
Yep.
Yeah, it is number 6, Sean Cotter. And there's a bit of concern, I think, over the leg. McBride will say take the kick, though, Stephen Moyer. Just to open the account for New Brighton in the second half. They scored, of course, early on in the first half by pressure. And they've maintained that pressure when they've come out from the tunnel for the second half. Stephen Moyer now, just outside the 22 and almost in front. He slams that and it hits the post. Now there could be trouble here with the injured player because they're going that way, but they get away from it in the end. And McBride looks over his shoulder at the injured player. And I think he's hobbling, but I don't think he's too good. He's going to go, I think. But back to the action here as the ball's allowed to go into touch. Quickly thrown, though. Good work there. And Davidson says...
Man's injured, he's got to go off.
He's going back for the injured player, Pete.
So where do you restart, Scott?
It's an interesting one here.
Sure.
I think they're going to start with a line out where the ball went out. It just meant that the quick line out couldn't be taken, so they'll come back to near the halfway, and it'll be Brighton ball into the line out.
So Sean Cotter goes. That's the number 6. His days in final is over, and his season's probably over, I would think. Don't know if he's in the Scott Robertson ITM squad. I'll pick the replacement player for you in just a moment. They reassemble now to New Brighton. They come back to the mark.
One more drop.
And up they go, and Bobley ball, and away they come. Lynette Brown, though.
I've got to count numbers. I was trying to tell you.
Numbers wrong. Old boys just adding to their frustration. 19 is on.
It's Josh Pitt.
Josh Pitt.
And he's replaced Sean Cotter in the
number 19.
Blindside flanking role.
Just not getting the rub of the green or allowed to at all, old boys, and it adds to their frustration. Now a scrum. Now we had a lot of trouble in the first half, and a warning was issued just before half-time.
And Lynette Brown still looks very tired going into the scrum, Pete. He's sort of hanging his head. Shane McBride's having a look at him, and he's a wee bit bemused, Kane McBride.
I think he may have copped one just at that line out, actually, which he wouldn't want the double whammy. McBride stays on the side, which is interesting. The side of the feed from Mitchell Ellis. New Brighton ball right on halfway. Not ready. Take your time. Far side of the field there. Nicholas Cummings-Toon, not ready. Sorry, it was the other side. It was Mitchell Alcock, the captain. So Richard Lowe's boy on this side. Duke Lowe. Old boy's white jersey. Solid lad. Getting ready now.
Sit!
They set this time at the ground, penalty this time, Old Boys. I think you're right there. Cummings-Toon went straight to ground. May not have been able to take the weight, but should have been able to, and that's a feather in the cap to Duke Lowe, I suppose. Worked him over.
Yeah, they've been frustrating the scrums from both sides, haven't they, Pete? They haven't
shot at goal here, Scott.
They haven't settled at all. No, they've.
They're only 13 behind. 13-0 was the half-time score. No change the second half. So drilling the touchline, gets it. Old Boys will have the throw. Getting up there is Sertaga. Ball in hand for Old Boys. And a rare chance for them to be in this sort of area of Brighton territory.
Look to Gibson at the goes to Stanley at the back.
Yeah, nicely delivered down too. Smith takes it nicely. Crash ball through the middle by Robbie Thompson. Nicely recycled. Comes again. Wide ball. Looking to bring the runners in if they can. Now they'll switch it the other way. They'll come over towards our side here. And Steve G. Been around a long time. 151st game for the club. Recycle back through. Smith gives the ball up this time to Thompson. Thompson running around his marker. McCoy gets there in the end. And they'll look for the touchline if they can. They want him out. Old Boys want him in. And Old Boys have won that battle. But it comes down to Brighton, and it's no one home down the back here. Skinny kick, and downtown we go. Mitchell Ellis foot to the floor. Going back and covering it. And they get number 11, Joe Taylor, and they dump him onto the ground. He's got to be careful here. And that was always going to happen. And boy, they're first up the Seasiders.
Fraser Alcock comes out of that, and it was well played. Lovely kick by Ellison. It was actually touched.
Lucky to get the second go at it.
It bounced favourably, and then.
Oh dear, you feel for Joe Taylor here. He's in a lot of stock.
And Murphy, and they just got good numbers, and as you say, you see Fraser Alcock arriving there, and he's very excited.
Sam Gibson was never going to roll away from that. So, Stephen Moore has a shot at goal.
And on these, you've got to remember, he's also missed 4 kicks at goal today as well. We talk about Fletcher Smith, but his percentage is only less than 50%. He's got 2 penalties in the conversion so far, but he has missed 3 penalties in the conversion as well.
Which actually highlights too the number of penalty offences committed by Old Boys, which has kept Stephen Moyer's kicking boot.
Well, particularly in kicking distance, you know. Usually,
well, they haven't been at the other end, have they?
No,
if you're going to give penalties away and you're in your own 22, you're in stook, really.
But
that was a good run by Mitchell Ellis.
It was also a terrific turnover, wasn't it?
It was. Old Boys did so well to keep it in.
That's right.
And then just lost control of the ball. Now this will be straight into the breeze. As I say, top left corner of your screen, down to the bottom right. That's the way that Stephen Moyer's kicking this one. Not too long a kick, but it will have to be pushed a bit. You need to get it all. Takes his time. Round the corner kicker. Struck it pretty well. Oh, off the post and off. Well, high school Old Boys, you won't be buying a lotto ticket. Penalty goal, number 15, opens the scoreboard on the second half. 16 points to 0, and on-off from the far post.
Join Fletch and the team every Friday as they tackle the big rigs and check out some extreme classic truck restorations. Classic Restos Trucks, Friday nights at 8:30, right here on CTV.
Avoid the cowboys when it comes to relocating. Trust A1 Movers, a family business since 1993 that guarantees a professional job every time. We carefully handle and wrap your valued items, ensuring they have a safe journey. Secure storage and insurance options also available.
A1 Movers, the careful, caring, moving company.
Weirdo's Funk Store have a great range of adult novelty products and giftware. If you're looking for something a little different for that person that has everything, then Weirdo's is just the place you need to go. We have a great selection of sweatshirts, t-shirts, caps, posters, belt buckles, ornaments and so much more. Think outside the square and pop into Weirdo's Funk Store today. 397 Main South Road, Hornby, Christchurch.
Are your dentures loose? Can't chew your food properly? Or are they sore? These problems are associated with a lack of function, stability and support of your dentures. At Duchen Dental Services we can help. We offer a complimentary assessment and have the most comprehensive denture options available. These include implant-assisted dentures, hard and soft relines, repairs and full denture replacements. Call Duchen Dental today on 375 4444.
The Hub Hornby is undergoing a major expansion that will soon see a brand new farmers, food court and plenty of new shops. But if you can't wait, come on in, park up in one of our supersized car parks, browse a range of stores including electronics, jewellery, cosmetics, entertainment and a wide selection of men's and women's fashion. Enjoy the convenience of 5 major banks or just take a break in one of our cafes. Relax and enjoy your shopping experience. See you soon at the Hub Hornby.
For all of your security requirements, call Action Alarms. We can tailor and install a security system for you or repair and look after your existing system. Ask us about smoke alarms and monitoring, pet immune detectors, the installation and maintenance of security gates and intercoms, fingerprint and facial recognition technology. Get a security system installed from us for as low as $599. Talk to the team at Action Alarm, your local residential, commercial and monitoring specialists.
Join us this weekend as we compile the stories that captivated us over the past week. CTV News Highlights, Saturday and Sunday at 5:30, only on CTV.
Marcel Cummings too now, of course, the new hooker in there for Brighton. And they will really be trying very, very hard to get the scrum right. They won't want to collapse.
Sit!
It twists, but it holds. And it comes back to Ellison, but McCoy takes it instead. Davidson now, what have they cooked up? They give it to Meafau. Centre field. Options here either way. Ellis looks. We slow getting it away to Cummings Toon. It's Nikos.
He just didn't have any runners running, did he? On his outside. There was just a breakdown of communication, though. He wanted to come this way again, but he had no runners, and it was
also
left to,
almost came a wee bit quick to Mitchell Ellis, didn't he? For him to be able to get his head out of there and have a look.
Yeah, they'd be disappointed giving away that penalty, Brighton. Just when they really look to have the wood on Old Boys, right in front of their sticks. They could, you know.
Still deep in their own 22, though, are Old Boys. Fletcher Smith finds touch. No thought of a quick throw in here from New Brighton. They'll just be getting it right, but it'll be a bit of a test. I wonder if Mitchell Alcott will do the throwing now.
In fact, if Old Boys got out of their half in the second half, Pete, you'd have to say it's just been all constant attack with ball in hand by...
a change here.
In the
Nikos coming off for Brighton, number 1.
And you'll probably find it's Mitchell Gardner, the number 17, will replace him in the front row.
I'm interested in who's going to throw the ball in.
Well, I think you'll find it'll be... Marcel Cummings Toon.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
It's Old Boys throw anyway.
Yeah, it's Old Boys throw, but it's
Holloway with the throw. Getting up to disrupt, can't do it. Falls down though, not straight. It is just not what was ordered by high school Old Boys today.
There's just a look of bemusement on a lot of the Old Boys' faces, aren't there, Pete?
Why can't we get something right?
Well, and the reason is because they are under constant pressure. It's the word pressure.
Now, I think this is one of the veterans coming on for, I think you'll find that it is indeed one of the veterans coming on.
Well, Missy Salavi's left the field.
Yeah, and 21 is the player
and
on,
I think that's
Jesse
Bright. So Salavi just, unfortunately, with that injury, can't carry on. Bright's very quick.
Good player.
Good winger. Yep. Of course, they
They mightn't lose a lot there.
Well, he was a rigger before Moyer came, and he's there for his kicking duties. Bright was a starter with Murphy at fullback, and Murphy went to the wing.
Scrum to go down here. New Brighton ball still in a good position on the field.
So
not much blind.
Come forward, please, Gold.
I don't think they'll be doing
He's
that.
having a look at what to do at number 8. Just a wee nod and a wink there to his halfback, Mitchell Ellis.
Murphy might just be a dummy runner here. He's standing inside Davidson.
I think Davidson will get it.
Sit.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Murphy, just a bit untidy again, McCoy takes it.
Wide, they go to Davidson. That was the call. Didn't quite go according to plan, but they haven't done any damage. Now they've got a bit of a blind here. Ball goes up there to Mitchell Gardner, his first touch of the afternoon. And they may struggle to get this one. No, they don't. They do get it well. Oh, just fumbling it a bit was Aaron Williams, but he did well enough. He's still got it. Bobbly old ball, bit of confusion out the back. Not great ball for Lucky Milapola, but enough to resettle it. Davidson, the link man right through, hasn't he, all day? Aaron McCoy, that should come back. Ellis gets to the base, clears it again. Bit of a ropey pass, but it was okay. And all you've got to do is drive the men in white back into their area and lock them in there. As Eddie would say, lock it in. Throw, Old Boys. Holloway with the throw.
I think one of the strengths of Brighton, Pete, has been their strength on the bench this year, hasn't it? They
seem to cover the gaps,
whereas other teams have suffered in that area, they do have a strong bench. And we did say Old Boys last week. We commented on the experience that they've had.
Fletcher Smith. Oh dear. Oh dear, how the mighty can fall. Real standout hero going into this game. And at the moment, it'll be a game he'd want to put right in the back of his memory.
Well, as I said, he's had a terrific 2013, score of 218 points, and will be the leading point scorer in the competition, regardless. Just on that, they have an MVP, and whatever happens in the last result of today's game won't make any difference, because Finn Russell, the Scotsman from Lincoln University, who's now back in Scotland, but he was the Hawkins MVP player of the season. And of course at this stage still Richie Monga with 15 tries as the leading try scorer.
Sit.
So ball back to Brighton, and there's a regular pattern emerging here, isn't it?
Well, it's
Brighton just want to play it here all afternoon.
It's just constant pressure, isn't it? It's just
goes the big boy.
Wave after wave.
Ben Nelson, he's had a quiet game really, Ben Nelson. Nicely taken by Troy Mangan, though. He showed a bit of pace to get into that, but he's coughed the ball up. But I don't think Brighton will be terribly worried by that.
Well, the right end of the park, Pete, they're 16-0 up, and they're playing the game in Old Boys 22, and they can't seem to get out of there.
Is it time to look at the clock, Scott? What? 20 to go from here. So, it's less than a point a minute. 2 converted tries, you got 14 if you're Old Boys. You'd be thinking that way, but you've got to run a heck of a long way to get them.
You've got to get your hands on the ball first and foremost, Pete, and I just can't see Brighton.
I don't think they'll let it slip at this stage.
No, I just can't. There's too much determination, too much pride in that.
And a bit of a demoralised Old Boys. Frustrated at just things that have gone wrong. There'll be no complacency, Old Boys, coming into this final. They know finals rugby.
Well, they can't. They know Brighton have beaten them twice this season already, so there was no. They couldn't be complacent.
Wouldn't be shocked, would they? Dipping ball. This time they don't bother to go to Fletcher Smith. They leave him out of it. So it was only a crash ball up. Now he gets a position to clear for them, and he does it quite well with a fine touch. Ben Murphy waits and lets it go. So Brighton will have the throw. So if they win this ball, then you tend to think they'll end up back in the 22 of Old Boys. Everything going right.
They've called a short line out by the looks of it. No, they haven't. They're
just getting the numbers sorted.
Just getting.
Ben Nelson just having a chat to his
it
locking partner, Aaron Williams.
It will be Marcel Cummings-Toon who will have the throw-in duties.
And there you go. They join now. Tap ball over. Nicely to Ellis, though. Took it well. Davidson the pivot. Gives the ball away to Meafau. Meafau goes. Looks for the link up. And Mulapolo into the 22. Now they've got him on the back foot here, Old Boys. Nice dipping ball, but taken well by Sean Creek. And now McCoy ducks and drakes with him. He plays to the line. And he's just short, but he's recycled it well. It's Brighton ball. Twisting, turning, looking to dive over here. No.
It was hard to see how that didn't end up in a try pick, McCoy.
You'd like to see McCoy, how close he was.
Well, he had Ben Murphy outside him as well. And I think if the ball had gone directly to Murphy straight away, I think that if we go back, we've just
missed McCoy's run, but yeah.
And then he just looked to have the line at his mercy, but it just got covered by Matt Holloway.
Yeah, good defence too.
Yeah, good defence.
Yep,
Desperate defence. Because that would have been the ball game if Brighton had scored.
Josh Pitt was the guy in there, number 19. Did well. Oh, bobbly old ball. They give it away. So, ball's there for Old Boys, but they're deep in goal here to Fletcher. Smith and he chased a little bit of jinking rugby. Murphy will watch it just sail out. No concern on his face.
We're back
they can play this all day.
Well,
really.
We're back to where we started a couple of minutes ago with Brighton ball into the line out.
Call for the bench, is there? Yes, there is. Another Old Boys player coming on.
And I think you'll find Fletcher Smith's day's finished.
No, well, disappointing season in for him in Hawkins Rugby.
And he'll be replaced by Johnny Legg in the 20 jersey, who will go into the halfback position, and Ellery Wilson will take the 10 spot of Fletcher Smith. So the halfback will move out one, and Johnny Legg will come in at halfback.
Let's see, though, he's not involved at the moment because Brighton have won the ball.
Yet again.
Hold it at the back. Look at this, a maul. They haven't mauled much today, Brighton. Trapped beautifully at the back. You can see it there. Held up for Ellis. Ellis to Davidson. Davidson now just looking for the decoy runners. He goes wide. Gives it to Ben Murphy. Had to jump to take it. Just slowed his momentum a bit. Brighton should still get this. Brighton player lying there. They're trying to get him out of it, and they do. They finally give it to Mulapolo. Mulapolo, he wanted one pass there, and he just was denied it. And he's given it away this time.
Johnny Legg comes away with it.
So now they come wide. G unloads the ball. Dumped in the tackle on the 10-metre mark in Old Boys territory. 16-0 the score to Brighton. And just crunched into that was Matt Holloway. He was driven backwards. Fair enough, says the ref. Wide they go. They've got some numbers out there. How's Brighton's defence? Will it hold? Oh, they just made a half break there. And knocks the ball on. Mistake, error-ridden performances by High School Old Boys.
Just when they look to be getting into Brighton's
it was their best passage of play of the game. Now, there's no one home at the back. So it's kick and chase time. And up come the Brighton wave. But they get it away all right this time. Small just jinking, not quite sure where he's going. Now he goes straight up the guts. To ground he goes. Chris Small. Recycled nicely. It should be tiered to Old Boys, and it is. And then just looking to clear. High kick, waiting back. Davidson takes it casually and well. Stefan Moore brings it up. They're just working the game through here. Troy Mangan. Up towards halfway again they come, but the ball's been knocked on. Old Boys scrum. 15 to go. Last quarter of the season in Hawkins Rugby. It's been a fascinating Hawkins Trophy final for 2013. 16-0 the score. 13-0 it was to New Brighton at half-time. Just the one penalty goal in the second half to Brighton. And Old Boys have rung the changes, that's for sure.
Mitchell Alcock just receiving some attention.
He's had that knee heavily bandaged from the start of the game. He may just got a bit of a twinge in it. Play stops. We're have a pause in this. 16-0 it is as we tick away in the final. Captain Mitchell Alcock is restored to health. The scrum will go down. Will be High School Old Boys feed. They find themselves down the barrel of 16-0 with 15 to go. Be a champion effort to come back from this, High School Old Boys. Scrum feed. Johnny Legg to feed. Replacement at halfback.
You have to think they'd come this way.
They do. Small waits for the delivery. Is he going to get it? No, he goes wide this time. Ball out to Finney. Finney hasn't had much to do today. Still not out. Watching it closely, but not out. Brighton, Old Boys have got it. And knocked on centre field. Just the error rate continues. And it's costing High School Old Boys dearly. Where's Davidson? He waits and takes it. Decides to run it from there. Advantage over. Now they release the ball. Taken up by Mulapolo. Beats a couple. Gets towards halfway. Falls nicely, kindly. Chance. Davidson again. Links up to the big fella, Nelson. He stands. Well, he's got a long way to fall. He gets to ground now. Ellis Davidson again, just on to the left boot. Look to carve off the territory. That's exactly what they had to do. Well played, you Brighton. Sticking to your knitting. Not a time for flash frilly stuff.
Absolutely not. And just keep the forwards going forward. Keep the ball in front of them. Old Boys go back to their 22 for probably the 15th, upteenth time in this half, and they just cannot get out of their own half.
And when they do, they drop it. Went down cold in centre field. Chance to get it away again. Ellis playing at first five now. Sorry, Wilson playing at first five. Now Barnage over. Opportunity out wide. And the wheels of Taylor. Joe Taylor will go all the way. No one will get him. He is too quick, too strong. And they needed to give the ball to him earlier on, one feels, because he is a try-scoring machine. Try number 15, is it, Scott?
It is, and so that he will go leading equals try scorer in the Hawkins Trophy. Chris Small takes the conversion quickly. He knows the importance of it. A 7-pointer to Old Boys. Is it too little, too late?
Well, 7 points. 16-7. Yep, drop kicked the ball over. Didn't want to muck around with time. So they're on the board. Are the men in white.
CTV News, Canterbury's local news. Your first point of call for updates and information, plus other community developments. CTV News, your news, weekdays at 5:30 and 9:30, right here on CTV.
The Elms Hotel newly refurbished restaurant and bar, the Sapporo Gold, is now open. Dine in and enjoy a relaxed, friendly atmosphere. Our menu offers an assortment of mouth-watering lunch or dinner options. Unwind at the bar, choose from our wine list and enjoy our happy hours between 5 and 7 p.m. Or if you'd prefer, simply treat yourself with a delicious coffee in our outdoor garden area, situated midway between the airport and the central city, 456 Papanui Road.
Welcome to Buy-Sell Exchange. How can we help you today?
Oh, hi, I was just wanting to place an ad.
That's lovely. What telephone number would you like on your end?
Grab your buy, sell and exchange today from your dairy, petrol station, supermarket or bookstore. Out every Thursday. No bidding, no waiting, no worries. Call us with your free ad on 3413 888. Conditions may apply.
Your one and only trading guide. Buy, sell and exchange.
Join the Explore Club, Christchurch's newest and most exciting travel club. Join today and go in the draw to win a year's worth of Explore Club travel. Membership is free. Start exploring Canterbury's hidden gems. There are over 30 exciting tours to choose from. The Explore Club, exploring new places, meeting new people and making new friends. Visit exploreclub.co.nz and sign up today.
Remax, the largest real estate company in the world. 89 countries and over 90,000 salespersons. All our agents are independent business owners. Here in Christchurch, Remax Initial Realty is consistently an award-winning office and is currently the top office for the South Island. Our team are dedicated and work 24/7 to serve our clients' needs. Put your trust in our team. Remax Initial Realty, world leaders in real estate.
Discover the delights of Germany this Tuesday night with Discover Germany. Every Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock, right here on CTV.
Rugby taking the kick. They've got to play it at pace now, Old Boys, if they want any hope at all. And Brighton, of course, will be playing it exactly the other way. No rush whatsoever. Time stops, player comes on, Brighton. He'd been stripped for a wee while. Who's he coming in to replace? Mulapolo, is it?
I think it's Kainga Tupou, Pete, who's probably come on.
For Mulapolo, 13. He's had a good, strong game, Mulapolo.
Kainga
so
Tupou.
22 is on. And it's to a Tupou. He'll go into centre, will he?
He'll go into centre, just a straight replacement for... No, in fact, he's gone into second five. Mia Fowles moved out one.
Old Boys win the line out. Wide they come. G gets rid of it quickly. Small. Don't forget the wheels are on the outside of him. Joe Taylor. He left them for dead just a wee while ago. Now it comes to the lower numbers. Well taken away by Tom Stanley, the captain. Now they give it to the big replacement fella, Murdoch. Back it comes, recycle ball nicely. Wilson gives it away. This time on the crunch goes Thompson. Ball back. Now they're heading towards the 22 of New Brighton. This is where they want to be playing the game, high school old boys, if they want to be in it. Legg gets it away wide. Gives the ball away this time to Barry, who dropped it cold last time, but not this time. And they get into the 22, a rare visitation. Nicely chopped down. G had the legs taken from under him, but gets the ball back. Now, Legg holds it himself this time. To ground he goes. Did he spill it? He did. Referee's arm out. Be a scrum here. Advantage being played to New Brighton. If they can kick this deep, they don't. They pop kick it. Referee says no advantage coming from that kick. Maybe better to go out to Davidson and let him slam it. But they've got a scrum anyway.
They were aware that Kane McBride was playing advantage, so scrum was always going to accrue.
So the season curtain is coming down on Hawkins Rugby Metro this year, 2013. And just a reminder, 16 plays 7 and another replacement on. And I think it's Big Ben Nelson's day is over. Yes, it is. It looks like he might have popped a shoulder, I think. So just carrying that arm off a little gingerly.
Ketanaveri. Ron Ketanaveri would have come onto the field. It'll just be a slight change. I think he'll go into the locking position. No, straight change, because last time we saw him, he was number 8. He was a replacement number 8 for Aaron McCoy.
So he's in action straight away in the engine room of the Brighton scrum. No, not happy with the set. This won't be worrying Brighton one little bit. It's play the clock time now. Been a bit of stoppage time.
And remembering that old boys have to score at least twice in the last 5 minutes.
Huge ask. Given the way that they've played today, it would be an absolute astonishing event, really. Brighton have kept their composure well today. They've kept it reasonably simple. Davidson's been the pivot at 10. There he is again. That's the go-to man. Lets it go wide this time. Slight bobble, but gets away with it. And that is Jesse Bright. And he finds touch and a penalty.
Just intentional.
Whack the ball out, I think.
No, just intentional knock on by old boys. And yet again, Davidson will be in no hurry to take the kick down that far. And that packed, you'd have to say, Pete. It's been a terrific crowd here today, isn't it? And, for the final of the Hawkins Trophy.
Yeah, huge excitement out in the eastern suburbs for them. And
of course, we saw earlier Sumner.
Yeah.
Winning the plate, and they're probably their first trophy since they played senior rugby. So
I wouldn't want to go any further out than Stanmore Road tonight, Scott, I wouldn't think. It'll be party time in the eastern suburbs. New Brighton, as they've done very well today, take it down two-handed and set it. Then they just a wee break round the side. Didn't have the ball. He was the decoy. Now it's got a little untidy here, but I think they'll get it all right. They do. Let's just really hold it up stuff at this stage to ground. Always putting the shove over the top of this. Should win this ball. Referee gives a penalty. So there may be about 3 minutes of injury time to be played. Just a reminder, 16 points to 7 it is. Old boys now with absolutely nothing to lose. They've just got to go for the doctor. That's all they can do. Thompson unloads the ball and it's dropped cold. Simple as that, and that would sum up the afternoon in a white jersey. Mistake-ridden performance by high school old boys. A very complete performance by New Bright. They came with a message and a pattern. They've stuck to it. They've not been shaken off their guard. Where on the other hand, coming from such a high last week, old boys, just nothing's gone right for them.
Unforced errors, haven't they? Have just blighted old boys' attempt. The missed kicks at goal by Fletcher Smith earlier, and as we said, missed 4 penalty attempts, and
a lot of spilt ball at crucial times.
Spilt ball, a lot of error just at crucial times. They haven't been able to get any momentum into this game at all. They haven't been allowed to, but they haven't made things easy for themselves either.
And Brighton have trapped them in their own territory, haven't they? And they've locked them in there. It's been a frustrating day in a white jersey, an absolute champagne day for the boys from the seaside. They'll be absolutely delighted. 1984 was the last time they touched some silver. And they get a penalty, and this probably, I think I'd check with, if I was Davidson, Is this going to be it, boys?
No, I think there'll still be a wee bit of time. I know we don't trust the clock, Pete. There's still a couple of minutes showing on the clock, but just to make sure it goes out, and we'll play the line out and try and control it from there.
Played very, very well, Scott Davidson, today. He's been a very balanced player,
There's a lot of pressure goes on number 10s,
Absolutely,
and
which we
particularly
saw
in finals.
in the high-flying Fletcher Smith not handle it too well. Scott Davidson, on the other hand, has been rock solid. He's been the go-to man for them. He's used his brain, his boot. He's been a good player. And in the centres, of course, we had Miafau and Mulapala making life difficult for...
He's just mixed it up well, hasn't he? But that mixture between passing, having runners off him, and the kicking game, it's just been a good combination.
Taken well by Aaron Williams. He's had a lively game around the park, as well as his line-out and scrummaging duties. They've all played very well as a unit. There's another boy that's played well, Troy Mangan. No real stars today. I mean, the classic try was Joe Taylor's. There's no two ways about that. That set the crowd alight. But just too little, not often enough. And they've been snuffed out by the Seasiders today. By a very good team effort. They've had a lot of phases of ball in hand. They may have coughed this one up, have they? No, they haven't. So they've got it again, and there'll be no frills footy here from Marcel Cumming-Toons. Just straight up the guts. And that's what they'll do all day now until the referee says we've all had enough. Been a great season, Scott. You and I have really enjoyed being the callers, haven't we? And we've loved the crew. We haven't had too much rough weather, but when we have, they've stuck to it well. So thanks to all involved from CTV and the crew. It's been a very settled team we've had this year too, Scott, which has been great. We've had pretty much the same people all the time, from Wee Kelly in front of us through to the heavy timber chocolate eating behind us. And of course in the van, the veteran, probably seen about 700 seasons of rugby, Doug McCammon and his crew, for VidPro for helping us bring you the pictures. To the consideration from the Canterbury Rugby Union, the support of Hawkins. It really has been an absolute pleasure this year. The uncertainty of most games we've come to. What will be the result? The final's been no different. The Glamour team have been taught a lesson today, high school old boys, by a side that wanted it more and have played with the passion that we've seen Brighton play with for a long time in the past. Penalty this time to high school old boys, but really, I don't think it'll trouble the scoreboard. And this time they decide to run it up. But no, it's been an absolute pleasure. The 18 weeks have flown by. And we've seen some very good footballers, some very good first 5/8s on display, some good halfbacks on display, some good big men up the front. Have worked hard. It's been an even competition, so really hard for stars to emerge because they've cancelled each other out a lot. Thompson, still full of running, wants to keep going forward. Brighton hanging on grimly here. Ball laid back. We're in referee's hands now. And Brighton will just want to hear a whistle one more time, one feels. And they'll know that the trophy will reside down at the seaside. He put the whistle to the mouth to McBride. Didn't blow. They're counting down the clock, the Brighton supporters that are here. They cheer. They know that it's over. And just make the last dices, G. Ball nicely away from Small.
Joe Taylor's going to have the last
save. And this is going to be Joel
final
Taylor's try. And he will take the title, will he?
Yes, he will.
Leading try scorer. Joel Taylor. So he gets the second for the afternoon.
Ellery Wilson quickly takes the conversion, but it's too little too late.
So the score flatters at 16-14, to be perfectly honest. The dominant side has been the Seasiders. They are absolutely ecstatic. So are their fans as they pour onto Rugby Park in the gloom here. And old boys can only just lie on the ground and think what might have been. Their final probably was played last week against Lincoln University. But we will be... back again next year, hopefully, and let's see that we can keep the Hawkins standard up. We've enjoyed it, firstly in the Cup, secondly in the trophy. And Scotty, final word to you. Great win for Brighton.
It was, Ben, and it's terrific to see silverware heading towards the seaside, as we said earlier. First time in 29 years, richly deserved. They've flew under the radar a wee bit as the season progressed, but their defensive record was second to none, and it's just an overall team effort, and congratulations to the Brighton team, fully deserved winners of the Hawkins Trophy for 2013.
Commiserations to high school old boys as they regroup now, but another day will come their way, I'm sure. But 29 years is a long time between drinks. Go and enjoy it, New Brighton. Thanks to all involved. Pete Smith signing off for yet another season.
The Pawn Shop is buying gold now. Got a half-broken necklace? The Pawn Shop will buy it. Oh, there